Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Houston Sports Talk back another video day, and today the Los Angeles Clippers and the Utah Jazz have made a trade. The Jazz are trading for PJ Tucker and Mo Bamba with a second round pick and cash considerations going to the Jazz. I've already done another video talking about this trade for the Clippers, what this means for the Clippers, and talking about all that because it was, I think, a very solid trade for the Clippers. So go check that video out if you want. It will be at the end of at the end of this video, you'll see it. But I wanted to talk about it in the Jazz perspective, Jazz point of view. And focus more on the Jazz than the Clippers, because I feel like this trade, most of the time, people are going to focus on what the Clippers did because they're a top 6 team in the Western Conference, and they just traded for a really solid backup center and a nice veteran point guard who would be great for a locker room. But no, not a lot of people are going to be talking about the team who is the worst team in the Western Conference making a trade. So let's go over the Jazz point of view. So PJ Tucker and Mo Bamba headed to the Jazz with a second-round pick and cash considerations. Jazz obviously sending Drew Eubanks and Patty Mills. Look, I think this is a solid trade for Utah. Drew Eubanks expiring deal. Same thing goes for Patty Mills. I don't think Eubanks is going to re-sign in the offseason, so you send him to a contender. The Clippers are a top 6 seed in the West. We'll call them a contender. They have James Harden, Kawhi Leonard. So you send them to a contender in the Western Conference, and you get some solid assets. Now, Mo Bamba and PJ Tucker, it's the same thing. They're expiring deals. So it's 2 expiring contracts for 2 expiring contracts. So it's not like either 4 players are in any of the team's future plans. Sure, Mo Bamba could re-sign with the Jazz. Sure, maybe Drew Eubanks could re-sign with the Clippers, or Patty Mills could re-sign with the Clippers, but all these guys are going to be free agents this summer. So the Jazz, obviously their season is over. They're not going to be in the playoffs. So you trade Drew Eubanks, who's going to be leaving in the offseason, and Patty Mills for Mo Bamba and PJ Tucker, and you get a second-round pick and cash considerations. I think that's the good part of this trade, is that you update your draft capital. I know it's just a second-round pick, but a second-round pick could be meaningful because you could use that in a future trade. And then also cash as well. And then I think they will free up some money in this trade as well, because I expect PJ Tucker to get cut. I mean, if PJ Tucker didn't want to play in Los Angeles this year, he's not going to want to play in Utah. He wants to play for a contender. I think the Clippers are I think the Clippers are a contender, but at the same time, I think he wants to play for a good team where he can get some minutes. I don't think he's going to get that with the Clippers, and that's why he doesn't want to play. PJ Tucker actually probably would get some minutes on the Jazz, because this Jazz team is not very good, and I think off the bench you could definitely find some minutes for PJ Tucker, but I think what he wants is to play on a good team and get some minutes, and that's why I expect the Jazz to cut him, or the Jazz and PJ Tucker to agree to a buyout contract. And if that happens, you're freeing up some money. So you're getting cash in this trade, and you're freeing up some cap space by trading PJ Tucker. Because Mo Bamba only has a salary of $2 million. PJ is making $11 million this year. And I think Eubanks was like 5, and Mills was like 2 that they sent off in this trade. So the Jazz sent away $7 million in salary and got back 13. And if you cut PJ Tucker, that's $11 million of that. You're going to free up some money for the offseason, which is another good thing for the Jazz. And the Jazz already have some solid money to spend this offseason, which I think is going to be great for them. Have the opportunity to spend some big bucks in free agency this offseason. And you're even adding to that money by the cash considerations and cutting PJ Tucker if that's what they decide to do. But I think Mo Bamba's a solid addition. He's averaged 5 points per game and 4 rebounds per game. Look, Mo Bamba's a great player, but I would personally say I think he's a downgrade compared to Drew Eubanks. I think Drew Eubanks is a very underrated backup big man. But it doesn't mean Mo Bamba. By me saying, hey, this guy is a downgrade, I'm not trying to talk bad about Mo Bamba, because I think Mo Bamba is an excellent backup center. I just don't think he's as good as Eubanks. But I think Mo Bamba is a terrific addition. And I think Mo Bamba will definitely have a solid... This is a good chance for Mo Bamba, if you ask me. Because he's an expiring deal. He has the opportunity to make some money this year. He's only on a $2 million contract. He's making vet minimum right now. And he's going on to a team that is absolute crap. And the Jazz at the end of the season, I think as the season goes on, you're going to see some of the good players start to get rested more. And we're going to see more trades from this Jazz team. I think you're going to potentially see Sexton moved, Jordan Clarkson moved maybe. I mean, they're gonna be a couple more guys on this Jazz team traded. I don't expect Walker Kessler or Lauri Markkanen to get traded, but I think there are going to be opportunities for Mo Bamba to need to step up more for this Utah Jazz team. And him on a contract year, trying to make some money this offseason, if he can show out in Utah, obviously it won't help the team at all because their season's over. They're sellers at the deadline. They're last in the Western Conference. The Jazz don't have a chance to do anything, but if he can start playing some good basketball, obviously that would be great for him because what it could do is make it to the point where more teams have eyes on him in free agency and he can maybe make some money this offseason if he plays some good basketball. So that's the one thing to look out for Mo Bamba with the Jazz this year, terminated of the year, is, hey, this guy, he might be able to go out there and show some people, hey, sign me in free agency. And I think that will be interesting. But as the Clippers side of it, I've already talked about it in another video, so if you guys want to go check that out, check it out. But basically what I said is I think for the Clippers, a trade, this is a good trade for them because you're top 6 in the West. You're trying to stay in this. You're trying to stay top 6 in the West, so you don't have to play in the play-in. You don't want to be the 7 or 8 seed. You want to stay in the top 6. You don't want to have to, have your season on the line for one game or 2 games when you're in the play-in. So with that being said, if you're the Clippers, you got to be top 6 in the West. So this improves your team a little bit, and I thought this was a really solid trade for the Clippers. But I said a lot more for the Clippers in my other video. Go check that out if you want to. That's the video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section, and peace out.